Hey everybody, welcome to this surf fishing update right here from Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, right on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway, your surf fishing headquarters. Well, folks, I'm declaring the 2022 surf fishing season officially on. I was down at the beach earlier today, and man, I ran into some guys that had copious amounts of fish. The birds were hitting the water for the first time this year, an indication that bait is starting to move in. The water felt a little bit warmer. Everything seemed like a go. And I also went down to the Bolsa Chica area and looked down there. More fish down there. Sand crabs have moved into the Huntington Beach Pier. Things are looking good. Let's check in with what I saw down at the beach first, then I'll be back with more. Good morning, my friends. I am declaring the 2022 surf fishing season in Southern California to be game on. Tons of birds, huge bird school offshore, some great fishing in North Orange County. It is really biting well in several areas. And of course, I'll keep you updated and get you on some fish here really soon. One of the best baits you can use in the Southern California surf are sandworms. These guys know that really well. That's what they're looking for. Normally you'll find more sandworms during the grunion runs as they feed on the grunion eggs. But there's a few to be had here. I'm watching these guys catch some worms, and later on that is going to be a magnificent bait for catching a variety of species here in SoCal and northern Baja California. Pelicans and all kinds of other birds just offshore tearing it up. Obviously there is bait starting to move in here. We haven't seen it all year long. Here it goes. Surf fishing season 2022 is getting ready to rock. The Santa Ana winds are whipping up here pretty darn good, but as you can see from that spray, the wind is offshore, so it actually knocks the ocean down while you're surf fishing. Still be very careful if you're fishing on jetties or rocks or treacherous areas. So one thing that occurs here in Southern California during the wintertime is that surf fish are normally taken on bait. Later they will transition into the lures. Crocodiles, Castmasters, Lucky Crafts are starting to work right now. I just saw a guy with a 20-inch halibut on a Lucky Craft, so that's starting to work. But primarily bait right now. Sand crabs have been working pretty well. You can get those down by the Huntington Beach Pier right now. They're small, so you don't have the large sand crabs quite yet, but they're still effective, and they've been working on yellowfin croaker and some awfully early big corvina starting to cruise up and down the beaches. In fact, I was out on the Seal Beach Pier the other day, looked over, and down in the water I saw big corvina and yellowfin croaker swimming around. So that is an indication the season is starting to get going. Later on, you'll be able to dig some sandworms, and they work really well. But remember, those sandworms actually feed on the grunion eggs. So grunions start to do their thing in about March, and we'll keep you in touch with that. In the meantime, right here at Big Fish Bait and Tackle, they've got you covered on bait. They've got ghost shrimp, they've got worms, they've got all kinds of selection of lures, and I'll be trying the lures out later tonight to see on the sunset if they are starting to bite the lures. My guess is that they're going to bite it because of that bait that I saw, or I saw those pelicans diving on bait, and that is a sure indication that those fish are starting to feed on that, and that's what you have to do, kind of match the hatch. Whatever they're feeding on, you want to match. So a little chrome jig should work here at sundown tonight. Of course, I'll keep you in touch with all of that. But one guy down there around Bolsa Chica, here's his fish. Look, there's the photo. It's amazing. I mean, it was really good fishing. And he told me some buddies of his also had these large size corvina, which is a great fish. The California corvina is our version of the bonefish. They're wily critters, discriminating feeders. They fight hard, and they're right there in the shallows. In fact, if you're wading out in the water a little bit later on in the year here, you'll actually feel them bump into your legs sometimes. That's how amazing these creatures truly are. All right, the season is getting rolling. This Santa Ana condition, this warm weather makes it feel like it's summer. We're still in winter, but things are starting to progress and kick into gear. And I hope you had a chance to catch that reel review I did on the Daiwa Fuego 3000. It is a great surf fishing reel. It's priced perfectly, And they just got a whole bunch of them in here at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. I highly recommend you get that reel and use it in the surf. It's priced perfectly. The castability is awesome. The durability is great, and it's got that mag seal, which keeps the intrusion of water and all kinds of dirt and grime out of the reel. And believe me, that's super important when you're fishing the surf. All right, I'll be back with lots more, keeping you in touch with the Surf Fishing Bite live right here from Big Fish Bait and Tackle. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for subscribing to Friedman Adventures. Hey everybody, it's Phil Friedman here at Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California. Today, we're going to review the Daiwa Fuego 3000 LT. Well, it is great to be with you, and as so many of you who watch our Friedman Adventures YouTube channel know, I absolutely love to fish the surf. Whether it's down in Baja California or here in Southern California, there are so many great species that you can catch. It's cheap, it's affordable, and you can work it around your work schedule. So surf fishing is really important to me. You can catch barred perch, halibut, spot fin croaker, yellowfin croaker. You can fish the bays for sand bass and spotted bay bass, calico bass. There's so many fish to catch, and you need a really good reel to do it. And I found my very, very favorite. It is by far the Daiwa Fuego 3000. Let me give you some of the reasons why I am absolutely sold on this reel for inshore and surf fishing. And first of all, one thing that happens when you're surf fishing all the time is that your reel gets into that salt water. It may drop in the sand, it may drop in the water, and if it does, you could be history. Your reel is dusted at that point in time. So what Daiwa has come up with is a technology, and most of the time you'll find what we call mag seal, which keeps the intrusion of water and dirt from getting inside and ruining everything. The mag seal is something you'll find on a much more expensive reel, but they have done it here on this beautiful Daiwa Fuego 3000. It is absolutely essential for fishing the surf, because at some point in time, you're going to drop your reel in the sand, or you're going to reach down to get your giant halibut and dunk your reel in the water. And when that happens, as I say, it could ruin everything, but not with the mag seal technology. So that is something that is super, super important. And as I'm holding this reel right now, one thing that is perfectly obvious, and it'll be obvious to you also, is how light it is. It's about 7.6 ounces is all. And when you're making hundreds of casts in a session like I do, I like to throw lures at times, plastics at times, you're going to absolutely really adore how light this reel is. And even though it's light, another big factor is the line capacity. This reel can hold 250 yards of 15-pound J braid, and that is plenty. You top it off with some mono or some fluorocarbon, and you are going to be all set for the surf. It holds the line that you need, but at the same time, it is super, super light. So that is really important. It's very, very smooth, has 7 ball bearings inside, which again is something that you normally find on a reel that's much more expensive. It's really smooth. This aluminum handle is fantastic. You're going to love that. And it is powerful with 22 pounds of drag. You've got plenty of power for the surf in Southern Cal, Baja, or up there in Northern California. I love all of these great things about this reel. But another thing that is really important when you're fishing the surf, and many of you know this, is castability. You've got to be able to throw a lure or throw your bait sometimes really far. Other times, maybe not. You know, when barb perch move up close, and I advise you to watch some of our videos because we'll give you some tips on fishing the surf. But sometimes you need to make a long cast, and this reel, I've been fishing it now for several years. Man, does it cast. It's so smooth and can throw that lure so darn far. Durability, as I said, I've been fishing this reel for a couple of years, and I've had no problem at all. Of course, when I'm done with the session, I wash it thoroughly with fresh water, and you want to do that every single time with all your saltwater reels. It's super, super important. But this reel, the durability, is absolutely fantastic. And finally, well, you know, cost, right? Cost is super important. This reel at Big Fish Bait and Tackle and most everywhere you shop is going to be around $100. $100 for a reel of this quality with the mag seal, the fact that it is so lightweight, that it holds enough line, that it's smooth, it's powerful, its castability is awesome. I'll tell you, I don't think you can beat the Daiwa 3000 LT. LT stands for light and tough, and they certainly have measured up to that. So there it is, everybody. If you're looking for a good surf fishing reel for Southern California or Baja, I love the Daiwa 3000, the Fuego LT. All right, we'll be back with more tackle reviews in the very near future. Phil Friedman, Friedman Adventures at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. Take care, everybody.